My name is Dennis Hartmann. We're at True Blue Farms. Closest town is Pullman, Michigan, but we're in Van Buren County. So we have farms in Van Buren County, but also in Ottawa and some of the other as far as Rothbury. True Blue Farm started back in 1985, and me and my wife started it, my wife Shelley. My grandfather started Hartmann's plantation back in the 1940s, like 44. And so they started back in the beginning days of growing blueberries in Van Buren County. Since then, I left the family farm and bought a small 12-acre farm, and we just kept on expanding, and so today we're pretty large, one of the largest in the area. We grow all the major varieties that are suitable for this area. We start out with early season varieties, and then we move into mid-season and the late season. So we start about July 4th, and we'll go, depending on the year, all the way till October. You know, it's a big concern with us. It's you know, the production and the size of the berry and the nutritional value is important, and there's been studies about how bees can increase your production like 5-fold, and there's been some studies that I've read in some of the old literature that if you pollinate and that bush gets pollinated, the crop does, then the next year it'll produce, you know, as well. Where if you don't pollinate, eventually the bush will just kind of not produce as many buds the next year. So we've found consistent production by bringing in, you know, commercial bees. You know, we limit the amount of chemicals that we use, and if we do use any, we'll make sure that we spray in the evening. We're always concerned about things that might deter a bee from going in the field, so we look for, you know, the different products and read about the research that's been done to be sure that we're not affecting our pollination. We would rather not spray something than get poor pollination during that time. Yeah, they're very concerned. Yeah, so over the years, you know, we know what they'll like and what they don't approve of, and so we work close together. You know, we're in a real close partnership. It's the same. We use the same beekeepers year after year, and they support us, and we're supporting them. And you know, different locations, they'll tell us where to locate them would be better for their flights and things like that. So even things like windbreaks and so on, we're finding more reason to put windbreaks around our field, so when it's a little bit windy like it is today, the bees can maneuver and do their job a lot better, more efficient. Well, you know, our first thought was that, you know, we usually bring our bees in, our commercial hives in, when the bloom is like 25%, because you don't want to bring them in here too early because there's nothing for them to forage on. So we thought, you know, with this if we can get these wild bees to be here naturally, so in the early stages of bloom, because the bloom ramps up slowly, and depending on weather it can be real slow, but we would have some bees out here, some native bees that would start the pollination without having the commercial hives. So this would give us an advantage to having the wild bees right here on the farm. Well, I think it's awesome, and it's beautiful when there are all the flowers around here. But yeah, it's very easy to manage. There's literally not nothing to manage other than stay away from it or don't run it over, that kind of thing. But it's very easy to deal with. We had a nice location here that allowed us to do it. So there's probably limitations for some growers that they can't do it because they don't have the land, but anybody that does, I would say absolutely, why not? I think it's good for not only bees and stuff, but other wildlife, animals and so on that can, you see all kinds of butterflies, you see all kinds of stuff out here. So it's more beneficial to everything.